Shot taken and it scores! St. Rita has tied the game. Getting the goal was Luke Maher. That's his 6th of the year, and he makes it 1-1. St. Rita Mustangs have really been controlling the play here, and there's a goal right as soon as I say that. Right in between the hash marks, I believe Eddie LeConte is responsible.
The only two I counted though. Harubin shoots and scores, and Nolan Harubin has goals in 5 straight games. The first period power play tally makes it 1-0 for Carmel Catholic. Rebound centered right out in front, and Stenstrud scores. Great feed from Dvorsky, the JV call-up, and Bryce Stenstrud poked it into a virtually open net, and Carmel Catholic has gotten the lead right back. It's 2-1 on Stenstrud's first in the Catholic League. Kornick shoots, save, rebound, backhander by Lenahan, he scores! And it's 4-1, and Carmel is blowing this game wide open.
We are live from Glacier Ice Arena for this special playoff edition of the CCHL Game of the Week on YouTube Live. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into tonight's broadcast for this first round matchup between the Carmel Corsairs and the St. Rita Mustangs with the best 2 words in sports, Game 3. Alongside Andrew Rubin, I am Max Anderson, along with our all-star technical crew. We have all the live game action for you here from Vernon Hills. In Game 1 of this series, Carmel rolled to a 5-0 victory, but in Game 2, the Mustangs were able to grind out a 2-1 win to force this Game 3. Certainly a key in Game 2 for St. Rita was committing only 1 penalty compared to the 8 in Game 1. And for more on how they'll limit the penalty damage tonight and their approach to this elimination game, we're going to send it down to ice level where Andrew Rubin standing by with Mustangs head coach Brian Coleman. Andrew.
Thank you, Max. I'm here with Coach. Coach, penalties were the story in Game 1 of this series. Game 2, there's a lot less penalties. How important is it to stay out of the box here in Game 3?
It's always important to stay out of the box. You don't want to put a good team like them with some of the superstars they have up a man, so we want to stay out of the box.
Absolutely. 61-8, Nolan Harubin, Bryce Stenstrud for Carmel obviously drive the bus for this offense. How do you look to stop them here in Game 3?
With depth, we think we have enough players throughout our lineup that can make those guys have to work every time they touch the puck and not give it to them easily. I mean, if they're going to beat us, they're going to have to go through 4 or 5 guys plus our goalie.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck. Max?
Thank you, Andrew. And the penalty situation glaring between Game 1 and Game 2. If you're a St. Rita Mustang, you saw the value in staying out of the box. Only 1 penalty committed, whereas they had 8 with 5 misconducts in that Game 1. Of course, leading to a power play goal for Carmel and eventually a 5-0 victory for the Carmel Corsairs. Talking to PJ Eberhardt, head coach of Carmel before the game, certainly talked about some puck luck there in Game 1. Some pucks went in and didn't go in Game 2. He certainly feels confident here in Game 3. They can find the back of the net and advance to the semifinals. You heard Andrew talking before the game with Brian Coleman about Nolan Harubin and Bryce Stenstrud. As you can see very clearly, the straw that stirs the drink for this Carmel Corsair offense. Harubin on the air with 18 goals, Bryce Stenstrud with 10. Both leaders for this Carmel Corsairs team. Meanwhile, you look at the St. Rita side, Joe Kostelk certainly stands out along with Luke Maher, the 2 leading goal scorers for the Mustangs. The winner of this game will take on St. Ignatius, who's already advanced to the semifinals with a 2-0 series win over the number 8 seed Brother Rice Crusaders. So while St. Ignatius, Andrew, gets to stay at home, these 2 teams got to battle it out here in Game 3. 1 more before they can reach the semifinals.
Absolutely. As you alluded to, Game 3 are the 2 best words in high school hockey. Gets everybody's efforts all towards one thing. It's all about who's willing to sacrifice, who's willing to put their egos aside the most to do whatever it takes to come on top here tonight.
So that's 17 minutes up on the clock here in high school hockey. Both teams huddle around their goaltenders, and while we mentioned the goaltenders here tonight, starting in net for St. Rita, it's Mike Menard, been the #1 goaltender for this St. Rita team all season long, sporting a just shy of 91% save percentage on the season and a 3.2 goals allowed average. Meanwhile, on the Carmel Corsairs side, Dylan Lloyd getting the start for Carmel. Just under 92% save percentage and just over 2 goals allowed per game on the season. Dylan, you talk about a Game 3 situation. It's those first couple minutes settling into the game. Obviously, there's going to be nerves. No one on the ice has ever played in a Game 3 for these two sides. It's going to be key those first few minutes settle into the game.
Absolutely. I mean, these are, at the same time, while these kids are played a bunch of games this year, they're still just kids, and even the pros still get nervous when it comes to elimination games like this. And it's not just the players, it's the goalies as well. Having your goalie being able to settle down, make things easy on him early so he can get his confidence up to be good for the rest of the game is really big. And if you take a look at the Carmel bench, we actually see they have a new coach, a goalie coach, David Heffler, helping them out here today, who's kind of come along for the playoffs. And I've only heard nice things from the Carmel and around the hockey world about Coach Heffler.
So we're circling in on puck drop. Andrew, as you mentioned, we're going to have our eyes on the goaltenders all night. We have a great crowd here tonight for this Game 3. A lot of folks from the Southside St. Rita came up here, and of course the home Carmel Corsairs have a very strong contingent as well. But starting off here tonight, it's going to be Stensrud in the face-off dot against Luke Maher, and opening draw goes to the Carmel Corsairs. Back in his own zone, Swiatkowski, he fires the puck deep, settled in behind the net by Aiden Devlin. Andrew, last time we here on the CCHL Network got to see this St. Rita team, they had a rough game against a desperate Brother Rice team, looking for a better result here tonight.
Yeah, as we talked about with the coaches earlier, St. Rita was already kind of locked into their
Here's a
playoff
shot, follow-up, Stensrud, another follow-up shot. Backdoor was Harubin, he missed a wide-open net. Harubin now backdoor to Stensrud. And Rita finally able to get the puck, trying to chip it out, and they will. So right off the bat, we can't even set this game up without immediate action, Andrew.
Absolutely, and we see it's 61-8. Harubin and Stensrud, of course, setting up that offense for Carmel. Good sight for Carmel early and often.
Now just onside is Leaf. His shot is erased. Following it up is Kempa. He's checked by Maher as he tries to get a shot off. Gornick able to keep it in at the point. He's going to fire a shot, gets multiple deflections, never gets all the way through. Point-blank stuff attempt, and is swiped away. Carmel really pressing early on. Kempa with the shot. A friendly fires. That hit Nicholas Leaf in front. He's still on the ice looking for a deflection, still behind. So first minute of this game entirely down here in the Mustangs' end before able to clear and back in their own zone.
Absolutely, this is the exact start that Carmel wanted for this Game 3. Nothing but pressure, nothing but getting pucks and bodies to the front of the net.
And for Carmel, who plays both here in the CCHL and the SHL, they have eyes on advancing in both rounds, but having to play this extra game, considering they're playing in both of these league playoffs, a bit of a disadvantage for them.
Absolutely, I mean, as a player, that's kind of what you like, is you want to play as much hockey as you possibly can, but at some point, the tread on the tires just wears you out, and we'll see how they can do through these playoffs.
Andrew, we started talking about getting a chance to talk to Brian Coleman before the game about that Brother Rice rivalry series game. We knew going into that game, Brother Rice had to win that game in order just to make the CCHL playoffs, and that they felt the desperation. Meanwhile, for St. Rita, other than the atmosphere and the procedure playing the game, they didn't have anything to play for. He could sense that from his team.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have a team that's playing for their lives, they're going to play with just a much different intensity than a team that really doesn't have any impact on the game.
So Rita looking to advance here, the number 5 seed out of the CCHL. Point-blank stuff attempt, turned aside. Dankelson in between the circles, couldn't bury it. Now Swiatkowski's going to drop it down below. Mike Perry along the half boards, pops out, advantageous bounce for the Corsairs. Drops it to Eberhardt. Cross site to Swiatkowski. Big shot, big save by Menard. That one high off the shoulder, Andrew. Keep us scoreless.
Absolutely, I believe that was redirected too. So a great save from Menard. Great start to the game so far for Menard, who's really keeping his team in it so far.
And we love to see that goaltender wearing the C. Don't see it too often, but it just shows you how much of a rock Mike Menard's been in net for these Mustangs all season long. 14:30 left here in the first period. We're scoreless so far. Shot totals 5-0 in favor of Carmel. St. Rita has barely been able to get the puck out of their own zone, but no goals thus far. That one's gloved by Kempa. He'll drop it to his stick, trying to play it on, but an active stick from the Rita side pries it free. Now stepping in, here's Maher. He has a good angle, shoots just wide of the net. Kept in at the point by Nolan O'Malley. He's checked off the puck and eventually cleared by Carmel. Back the other way comes Evan Jensen. Jensen's just going to drop it deep and give his man Sykes a chance on the forecheck. Stuck in the corner, a couple of bodies coming together. Another check. As this pass cross ice to Lehman, just past his stick. Now Mayer's going to rink wide pass. He's going to miss everybody. That's going to go far enough for an icing with 13:24 to go.
As I'm looking here, I'm seeing Carmel's doing a lot of working the perimeter, looking to get that puck to the front of the net, whether it's a shot or a pass. They're trying to set St. Rita up, trying to get them away from the house around Menard and trying to get that puck as any way they can, whether it's a bounce, a tip, something like that. They're looking to get this some sort of greasy goal. Nothing pretty so far from Carmel.
Now, side of the circle. Good active stick, deflects that by Jake Jana. Rita again able to clear, but low ceilings here at Glacier Ice Arena. That's going to come back into the St. Rita zone for an offensive zone draw for the Corsairs. Carmel Corsairs here in the CCHL in the season. 12 wins, 5 losses, 1 tie, and 2 overtime losses. Meanwhile, St. Rita with an 11-8-1 mark. Of course, Carmel the 4 seed here in this bracket-style playoff format. Now bottom of the circle, trying to get it across, just not able to handle it was Huffman. And Rubin's going to have to retreat back into the neutral zone to reset, but good vision there. Huffman just couldn't handle the puck. Got just a little bit too in the middle of his body there, Andrew.
Absolutely. That was a set play from Carmel's faceoff. They won that puck back to the point, immediately looked to Stensrud, who looked to find that backdoor guy. Look for a bunch more faceoff plays coming, especially with 61-8 on the ice for Carmel.
Rubin and Stensrud not quite on the same page on that, so again, Stensrud's going to have to just retreat into the neutral zone, drop the puck in deep with 12:35 to go here in the first. Coming out of the zone is Nolan O'Malley. He's checked off the puck. He turns it over. Rose gets it into the slot. And O'Malley's going to get it back with some space now. He's skating. Tries to go around one man. That's John Harrop. Far side half-board's trying to drop it below. Kempa is going to clear it up the middle of the ice. Can't get it all the way out. Here's a shot from the high slot. Joe Costel, but right into the chest of Dylan Lloyd. His first real chance here on the evening. He's up to it.
Exactly, as you said, that's St. Rita's first shot. That's something else to pay attention to. It's really hard for a goaltender to get locked in when most of the action is on the other end of the ice. It's the little plays like that, like little tricks, little things that can mess with a goalie, that can lead to a goal that they would think they can save, but just because of the lack of action, they can lose focus.
Now that shot steered just wide of the net as Lloyd made sure it wasn't a threat on his net. Leaf behind the net's going to shuttle to Eberhardt. Eberhardt with a cheeky play off the glass, able to force it out himself. Joey Bedke on the back end for the Mustangs. Goes D to D, now looking for a rink-wide pass, deflected. Comes right back to Gornick. Gornick checked hard by Trent Sienna. And again, Carmel's going to drop it in deep. Comes back to the point, Monroe. He shoots, blocked away by Menard. Centering pass again, deflected by Menard. We've seen 7 shots on goal here through the first 6 minutes. Stopped every one of them. Rose again gets the puck, tries to get it out towards the slot, but in deflection, forces the puck out. And we're going to have another icing against St. Rita. So at the moment, St. Rita really holding on right now. All the pressure down on their end, Andrew. And you got to feel like eventually, if this pressure continues, Carmel's going to find one.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see Carmel's just a lot cleaner, especially in the neutral zone. That's why they're getting such easy entries into the St. Rita zone. And St. Rita just can't find those breakout passes, those chip plays, anything to help them get any sort of offense going. If this pressure continues, you just have to feel it's a matter of time before Carmel finds the back of the net.
So Wachowski's shot's knocked down by Nolan O'Malley. He's going to try to rifle it around the boards and clear it. And it is. And again, unless this puck's on net, it's going to be another icing, but deciding to play it is Carmel. A little bit surprising there, Andrew. Thought they'd take the icing.
Absolutely. Maybe Lloyd felt that the St. Rita player was closing in. Just couldn't take that risk to let them maybe possibly wave off of icing, then control the puck.
Now far side half boards Dankelson. Now turned over, puck comes to the high slot. Trying to turn and steer it towards the net was Danny Byrne. And Eberhardt makes sure that doesn't happen. Here's the shot from O'Malley, easily into the glove of 40 in yellow.
I'm thinking that's how St. Rita is going to be generating most of their offense, on turnovers, on the Carmel breakout, because the Carmel forwards are very offensive thinking. on getting down the ice, getting up the ice. So if they can force turnovers, they have Carmel in a really vulnerable position.
And Andrew, I think it's a great call because we've seen it a couple times already. We saw Maher right at the blue line cut in front of a stretch pass, and he had an attempt on net. So I think that's a spot-on call by you that they're certainly going to look to force those turnovers. And in a matchup where Carmel maybe has a little bit more skill, Rita's going to have to come up with something a little bit different. Pinned in the corner, comes to Jensen, who's going to take it out himself. Jensen crosses center ice, takes a check, but he's able to dump the puck with 10 minutes to go here in the first. Bedke back for the Mustangs. Now 3 or 4 bodies come together, puck comes loose, and out the other way comes Kostelk. Good touch pass, but missing the stick of Kostelk. He chases back into the zone with Harap. Oh, and a little friendly fire as Harap and Kempa come together. Setting up, point-blank chance. Getting right back into the play was Harap to stop that chance in the slot. Good recovery by him after kind of an awkward collision there behind the play.
Absolutely, and something to take note of, we've only seen Stensrud and Harubin out here 2 times. You're wondering what type of ice time are they going to be seeing here in Game 3 where it's win or go home.
Gornick cuts back. That was clearly offsides. Did we get a delayed offsides call? Not sure, but very clearly. In fact, the St. Rita player, I believe it was Jake Jana that entered the zones too soon, immediately looked at the ceiling. No, we're going to get an offensive zone draw here for Carmel.
Yeah.
Big missed call there, Andrew.
Very clearly that the Carmel player there was way offsides, and then I'm not even sure if that shot was tipped to go out of play.
So an advantage for Carmel as they keep the puck in the offensive zone. St. Rita's able to clear it. No harm done. Now, big hit, looking for a kneeing call as Carmel, they're not going to get one. Playing it all the way back, Nolan O'Malley. He chips it back out of the neutral zone. You can feel the intensity of this game just 9 minutes in. Don't tell anybody this is just a quarterfinal matchup. These teams want this one badly.
Absolutely, and you can feel it in the stands, you can feel it on the bench, you can see it on the ice.
Eventually forcing out with some speed. Here comes Harubin. He stops, drops to Sensrud. Sensrud draws the puck, goes around one man. Stuff attempt, can't get it to go. Bodies flying all over the place, trying to make sure it stays out for the Mustangs. Here's Harubin near side half boards. And eventually O'Malley's going to carry it out. He's going to drop it deep and give Byrne a chance around the other side. Checked immediately by Swedkowski. Puck comes free. And Sensrud trying to force out. So you see St. Rita after that opening salvo, Andrew, where Carmel really focused on there, and you're starting to see St. Rita's forwards creep a little bit more forward, put a little bit more pressure on the back end.
Absolutely, and we're seeing that in probably the chances department too. St. Rita's getting a lot more pressure, forcing a lot more turnovers. They're getting the puck behind the Carmel net as well, a lot better, where they can force those turnovers. Before, we saw mostly icings from this St. Rita team.
Swedkowski's shot whizzes wide, but it creates a launch here for Richie Glenke. Rita not able to establish any offense there. Leaf racing for the puck, but Joey Bedke able to play it along. 7:19 left to go in the second. Here's some space for Wren. Wren backhanded pass, point blank shot, missing a wide open net. Was Deacon Rose. Second wide open net, Carmel's missed. Now a whiff on the back end, breakaway opportunity. Here comes Sienna. Sienna, backhand shot, scores! Trent Sienna takes the breakaway opportunity, finds the first goal of the game for the Mustangs. It's 1-0.
Very ironically, St. Rita wanted a whistle as the St. Rita net was very clearly off. But as that happened, that's when St. Rita got that breakaway and the referee's choosing to let him play.
PJ Eberhardt now having a conversation with the officiating crew. He's pointing to the net as well. How did we not get a whistle? So wild back and forth action. You see the replay there, a brilliant play by Sienna to bury the goal. So we saw so much momentum there for the first 10 minutes or so. Carmel down in the Rita end, shots on goal, controlling the game. One mistake at the blue line, Andrew, the entire game changes.
Absolutely the one mistake, and don't forget the missed net too. Right before that by Rose had that wide open net, and just that's how the game of hockey works. When you miss your chance, the other team's going to get theirs. And when they bury, that's just how it goes. But I think it's really important for Carmel here to really stick with their game plan, not start to panic, still do what they do best and stay together. If they start running around trying to play like individuals, we can see this game start to run away from them.
Yeah, I think it's a great call, Andrew. They're playing, clearly outplaying this Mustangs team early. The scoreboard says differently for now, but they've just got to stay the same course here. Rita enters the zone. Here's the backhanded shot, and Lloyd stops this one.
We see a big burst of energy here from St. Rita, even off that face-off after that goal. We'll see how hard they can press and see what Carmel's going to be able to do to change this momentum. The shift after a goal is very important for setting up the rest of the game.
We talk about the mentality for St. Rita, where we talked about it. Felt like they were being outplayed there, and to still get that first goal as a Mustang, it gives you that extra jump. Like, hey, doesn't matter if they're outplaying us a little bit. We got this.
Exactly, and I feel like that's also St. Rita's game plan.
Now 2-on-1, high shot just over the shoulder from Jake Jana.
I don't think St. Rita's looking to come in here and completely outplay and control the pace and everything like that in this game. I think they're looking to just wait for their chances and deny Carmel of any sort of chances they can have.
6:20 to go here in the first period. Kempa behind the net, goes around one man. He's going to carry it all the way out of the Carmel zone. Kempa, one-man show, enters the offensive zone, shoots, fought off by Menard with 6:06 to go, deflected up in the netting, and we'll have an offensive zone draw here for Carmel.
Very good puck rush there from Kempa, but if you're St. Rita, you can't let all three of your forwards just have flybys on a defenseman like that, allowing their defenseman to skate the length of the ice. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Face-off draw, stalemate. Puck trying to pull it back to the point, and Swiatkowski not able to. Now losing his edge was Kempa. Here's a chance for Rita. That shot high and wide of the net. Brendan Harkins behind the goal line. He's checked onto the ice. Now four bodies come together trying to dig it out of the corner. Eventually comes to Jensen. Jensen plays on to Sykes. Tries to get the puck up to Graff, but it's knocked down there. See Carmel right now, we've seen 2 or 3 times defensemen just a little bit careless with the puck. It led to the first goal. Almost led to a couple more here where the defenseman trying to do a little bit too much, look up the ice a little bit too soon. The puck's just rolling off their stick.
Exactly, and as we alluded, Carmel is probably having the better of the play here so far, so if you're the Carmel defenseman, you really got to keep this game simple and not give St. Rita any free chances.
Well, Gornick's shot deflected again by Menard, who 10 shots in, looks absolutely locked in net for the Mustangs. In the corner, Mike Perry's checked down. 4, 5 bodies come together. Again, Perry gets it in the corner. He's just going to drop it behind. Gornick going to play for Carmel, tries to go up the boards. Linehan plays on, nice touch pass. And on comes Harubin. He's got Stensrud coming up the slot, couldn't get it across. Stensrud goes all the way around, now up top. Plays it across. Here's a shot from Gornick. Deflected comes to Stensrud. Excuse me, it comes to Harubin, and another good save from Menard. Stensrud with a nice move, looking for some help. He's going to turn and shoot, just goes over the crossbar. See the danger that number 8 in yellow can provide for this Carmel side. And a good check as Jacob Moyer forced the man off the puck. He's checked as well. Physicality picking up between these two sides, and in a game where we saw 17 penalties in the first game and only 2 in the second. Andrew, you wonder how differently. Here's a turnover, point blank chance, just missing the near post.
Another example of Carmel just being careless with the puck in their own end there.
We talked about before the game, what was different, and sometimes you get a very simple effort, or I should say a very simple response from the coaches on what went differently, Andrew. They said simple, high school refs. One game they're going to call it one way, the next game they're going to call it another, and they really didn't chalk it up to much more than that.
Absolutely, but you cannot come into a game 3 just hoping that you're going to have an officiating crew that's going to call it to your style of play. You have to have players that are able to adjust and be able to change their games where they're not putting their team in jeopardy or hurting their team anymore.
12-6 shot advantage for Carmel here, as since the first couple of minutes of the game, it's been much more balanced. Rita's been able to put a little bit more pressure down here on the Carmel end and make sure Dylan Lloyd is engaged. It's going to be an offensive zone draw here for Carmel. Or I should say for St. Rita, which is not to the pleasure of the Carmel bench. They thought that should have come out into the neutral zone off a deflection.
I believe they took a one-timer, St. Rita, and that puck just went straight into the netting. That's why Carmel's upset and thinks the face-off should come outside.
So they're able to win the draw here. Swiatkowski in the corner is going to play it up the boards. Missing the puck there at the point, O'Malley. Leaf trying to track it down, gets good support from Kostelk. Huffman at the point, can't keep it in, so he's got to retreat back. 3:09 left here in the first period. The lone goal thus far, and a breakaway opportunity for Trent Sienna, and a 1-0 St. Rita lead. Here's Gornick carrying the puck, goes wide, sharp angle, backdoor chance, huge save, Mike Menard!
That was an absolutely incredible save by Menard, going post to post there. You got to mark that down as a turning point in this game where Menard basically by himself eliminated a goal for Carmel.
And hopefully we get a replay of that. You will not see much better saves at any level of hockey than what Mike Menard just did in net for the Mustangs. 2:20 to go here in the first. Puck slides around the near side boards and out. Kempa tries to whack at it again. Kempa a little bit reckless there, trying to just force it in. Very nearly led to an odd man opportunity for the Mustangs. Andrew, you've talked about that a couple of times, and some of the carelessness here on the back end from Carmel leading to chances for St. Rita.
Absolutely. The way the speed that Carmel can play with, if you just get this game.
Now Mosley with a shot, just goes over the crossbar. And no second chance there, trying to clear it. And they'll be able to, and content to take an icing. Oh, maybe getting a break here is St. Rita. No, the puck does get far enough for an icing with 1:46 to go in the first.
Yeah, as I was saying, right now, Carmel, you got to get that puck into St. Rita's zone. That's where Carmel is by far playing their best, is in the offensive zone. They need to be able to keep the simple plays. As we see that save there by Menard, just absolutely incredible, post to post with the blocker, exactly how any goalie coach would teach it. Right now, if you're on that Carmel bench, you're just wondering, what do you have to do to get a puck past Menard here?
Yeah, Jack Wren, point blank there, thought for sure he had a goal. Now, sharp angle, trying to stuff attempt, and gets swallowed up by Menard's pads.
There's that set play again, right off the faceoff. They look to Stensrud down low. Last time he looked to go backdoor, this time he looked to just take it to the net. So many different ways this Carmel line can beat you. So many different ways.
Mike Menard, not a big goaltender in net, but boy is he athletic, and he's flashing all of that here in the first period already with 14 saves, and we still have 1:41 to go here in the first.
So we're getting a lot of late changes here from St. Rita. I believe they're going to be sending that St. Rita player back, but Carmel having last change is also something that really looking to use, especially when they have their top line out there. They want to get the matchups they want. And contrary, St. Rita wants to get their best defenders out there when this line's out there as well.
Face off cleanly won by Carmel. Stensrud side of the net, can't get a shot off. So the game plan early, you talked to Brian Coleman before the game, Andrew, to slow down Stensrud and Hrubin was to throw numbers at them. That's what Brian Coleman told us before the game. We're going to come at them in waves, different lines from different angles. So far, they're frustrating the two best players on Carmel.
Absolutely. We see every time they're getting the puck, there's a body on them, there's sticks, there's nonstop pressure on 8 and 61, making life miserable for them.
Hrubin with a nice move, but Maher erases that. Maher knocks that one down as well. He's been all over the ice as 22 in white for the St. Rita Mustangs. And O'Malley's going to break out here for St. Rita. Got a man coming down the slot as well. That was Jake Jana looking to set up. Now Battle comes in the corner. See O'Malley, of course, listed as defenseman, but we've seen him get down below the Carmel goal line several times. He is certainly active on the back end for St. Rita. Now with space, Stensrud, he draws. Incredible move and a shot and a save for St. Rita. Mike Menard, I have no idea how he kept that out, but he did with 33 seconds to go.
Another just tremendous save just off the toe of his skate right there.
And
Great stick handle play by Stensrud, but then just nothing looks like it's going to get past Menard here today from Carmel.
A great look there on the replay as Stendsrud had him beat. All he had to do was put the puck in the left side of the net. And I think he scores there. Menard, I think, maybe got part of his pad or maybe his stick to keep that out. And it's still 1-0. Keeping it in is Kempa. We're going to get our first penalty of the game here. It's going to go against St. Rita. I believe it was a slash. That is exactly the call. Thought I saw that as well. So with 20 seconds to go here in the first period, Carmel's going to get a chance on the man advantage.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get a replay of that play, but I believe Jacob Dankelson was wide open in front of the net on 2 different occasions. One time there was the penalty that stopped the Carmel defense from moving the puck, but immediately after that, Dankelson again wanted that puck in front of the net wide open. You just have to keep wondering how many of these type of chances can Menard stop? How many is he willing to be able to stop before Carmel gets that first goal? And if that first goal happens, is that the flood that's going to break through all the barriers and let it all start happening for Carmel?
Mark Hernandez guilty of the penalty for St. Rita, so the last 20 seconds of this will be spent on the power play, barring a goal from Carmel. Here's Harubin, high slot Wren, outside side circle to Swiatkowski. Below the goal line, Gornick trying to center it and cleared out by Joey Rodriguez. O'Malley got hit behind the play. He was looking for an interference, cleared by St. Rita, and that's the end of the first period. So in a period that was more or less controlled by Carmel, it was an opportunistic St. Rita that's got a 1-0 lead.
Absolutely. I mean, very frustrating on that Carmel bench right now, feeling like you're throwing everything you know at Menard and just not being able to get that first goal, but you cannot change your game plan at this point. You still have to think about dominating this game and playing together as a team. As soon as they start trying to get away from their system, that's when you start to feel that pressure and you see kids start to press and try to do things all by themselves. As for St. Rita, this is the exact game plan that they want. Maybe not as much action as they want in front of Menard, but they're really opportunistic in stopping Carmel from scoring.
So we're going to take a quick timeout, catch our breath, come back with second period action in just a couple of moments right here on your home for CCHL Playoff Hockey, YouTube Live. Back live with second period action alongside Andrew Rubin. I'm Max Anderson along with the CCHL Network crew here for Game 3 of the first round quarterfinal matchup between Carmel and St. Rita. The two teams will switch sides, and story of the first period was Carmel with the better of the action, but St. Rita finding the only goal on the breakaway by Sienna.
And let's not forget about Mike Menard making some absolutely spectacular saves in net as well.
It's a great call. Mike Menard absolutely locked in for the St. Rita side. 15 of 15 that he's faced thus far. He's going to have to continue it here as Carmel has a power play to start this third period. Or second period, I should say. Stendsrud carries the puck in. Swiatkowski's going to pinch to keep it in. Wren comes to support the puck. Plays on. O'Malley trying to take it away from Stendsrud. Again comes to Wren along the near side half wall. Gornick behind. He's able to get it back to Harubin. Harubin can't quite handle it, but a nice play to pop it over the net. Trying to center it off the back of Gornick. I should say off the back of Menard was Gornick, and that's not going to get by Menard.
No, and we're not really seeing this Carmel power play being able to just get set up and get things calmed down to where they can start running their type of systems here.
So a 14-6 shot advantage for Carmel in that first period. Controlled by the Corsairs. They're looking for their first goal of the game. Here's Swiatkowski, top of the circle. Centering pass, stepping in right away was Sienna to deny the middle of the ice. Swiatkowski again. Leaves to Stendsrud, back up top Swiatkowski. He bluffs a shot, instead goes to Stendsrud. Gornick trying to get the puck to the middle of the ice. St. Rita doing a really nice job here, Andrew, denying the middle of the ice to this Carmel team.
Absolutely. They know exactly where this Carmel team wants to get the puck. Cross crease into the middle.
Well, again, side of the net, Stensrud, big save, Menard with 11 seconds left on the power play.
That's the first real chance we've really seen from this power play, that pass to Stensrud from low to high. St. Rita doing a really good job, especially retreating to the middle after they'd make a play, that puck gets moved, getting bodies back to the middle of the ice to stop those high danger plays from Carmel.
Andrew, one of the things in the St. Rita Brother Ice game we did for the rivalry series a couple weeks ago, Menard really struggled with his rebound control, and so far tonight his rebound control has been excellent.
Absolutely. You got zero complaints about Menard's game, playing an almost flawless game as a goalie right now.
Now Byrne able to clear it. That's going to do it for the power play. Back to full strength to St. Rita. So 0 for 1 is Carmel with the man advantage. Kept in at the point. That's Harop, who drops it in below. Pinned along the half boards, eventually cleared out. On comes Danny Byrne. Byrne with some speed. He's just going to drop it in deep. Rita's going to get a bunch of new bodies here following the penalty kill effort. 14:48 left in the second. 1-0 St. Rita. Offsides is a little bit early in was Carmel, so neutral zone face-off to come.
We see St. Rita still stuck at 6 shots here. Kind of a similar start. Obviously, we got the penalty that started off this period, but we're going to see how well St. Rita can get some offense and some pressure here on this Carmel team in the second.
Certainly get the feeling, Andrew, that one goal is not going to win this game if you're on the St. Rita side. Certainly can't go into any kind of defensive shell. They've got to continue to push and try to get these Carmel defensemen to back up a little bit. They're really aggressive in the play. We've seen it from Gornick especially.
And we see the Carmel forwards don't exactly do the most defensively as well, coming back, back-checking, helping out down low as well.
This puck not able to clear. Lloyd gets a shot. He fights it off into the corner. Now Leaf through the middle of the ice to Rose. 2-on-2 come the Corsairs. Hands off to Wren, skates wide. O'Malley with him the entire way, denying him the middle of the ice. Great play by number 8 in white, Nolan O'Malley. Now Mark Hernandez coming to support. O'Malley again pulled off the puck. He's still battling with Wren. They're still fighting it out. Leaf comes to try to support. An extended board battle, continuing to grind are those two, Wren and O'Malley. Eventually comes back to Gornick. Still trying to force it out as St. Rita. And eventually Costel going to be content to take an icing in this situation with 13:22 left to go in the second.
We saw another very aggressive pinch there from the Carmel defenseman. It's kind of creating a game of bounces where if St. Rita can get that right bounce, we can see another type of breakaway situation, which is exactly what Carmel does not want to see. You would think their defensemen would be a little bit more on the content side because they can create so much offense in the zone.
Face-off draw to come to the right of Menard. Won by Carmel. And this big shot goes wide. Comes to Perry. Perry gets checked, can't get it out. Dankelson keeps the pressure on. Eberhard as well. Again turned over. Dankelson takes over far side boards. Here he is below the goal line. Centering pass, nobody home. Comes all the way to Swiatkowski. He's going to shoot. Blocked by Perry. Another shot. And Menard with all that traffic in front, saw it the whole way, kept it out.
Absolutely. I'm looking for Carmel to really try to make life as hard as possible on Menard. Get as many guys as you can in his sight. Maybe, get some guys in the way. Because you also bring the St. Rita guys in front of the net, too. They are not doing a good job of taking away Menard's eyes on these shots from distance.
It doesn't seem like anything cheap's going to get by Menard. He's making Carmel earn it here tonight. They're going to have to get active in front of him. Here's Byrne carrying the puck out for St. Rita. Kempa's going to check him, looking for interference as St. Rita. They're not going to get the call. There's a big check. Keeping it at the point. It's going to be, no, it finally comes back to the point. And O'Malley. Puck jumped just over the blue line, so that's offsides against St. Rita. And we'll get a whistle. .31 left here in this quarterfinal game 3. Winner go home here in the CCHL playoffs. The winner of this matchup has St. Ignatius, the number 1 seed, and the number 4 team in the state waiting for him in the semifinals. Here's a chance, and Hrubin not able to get a clean look in on that.
Great pass from Stenswood to Hrubin in the middle there.
Here's a shot, I believe that might have deflected off of the stick of Lloyd. Very nearly went in on net. Here's Stenswood with some speed and space, and a save from Menard.
And no rebound given as well from Menard.
Can't stress that enough, folks. In that game against Brother Rice, Menard's rebound control was really, really poor, and it has been, I would say, probably perfect to this point here tonight.
You got that right, Max. Just no complaints. Menard just is as locked in as a goalie can be right now. No rebounds, always taking away that first opportunity, seeing through traffic when needed, everything you want.
We talk about the ability for a goalie to really carry a team in the playoffs. You're seeing it right now, exactly what that looks like. If you're St. Rita, this great work Menard's doing and blowing a tire, trying to get an odd man opportunity. Here comes Rita. In comes Jana, his shot. He's checked as soon as he got rid of it. As Gornick made sure he knew what was up when he released the puck. Still trying to dig it out of the corner is Carmel. Joining the play, here's a point-blank shot saved by Lloyd. Oh, and a huge hit. That looked like a high hit. Really surprised we didn't see a penalty there. Andrew is still down behind the play as Joe Kostelk. Brian Coleman and the Rita bench is furious that they didn't get a penalty there for their second leading point getter.
Yes, I don't know if we can get a replay of that, but it looks like the elbow did come up, and there probably was a lot of contact. The principal point of contact looked like the head there. Just not a play that you like to see happen in the game of hockey.
See if we can get a replay on that behind the play. It certainly looked like that hit came up very high behind the goal. Yeah, you could see leading with that elbow towards the head area, elbow and shoulder area, and then kind of hits him in the head on as he goes by. Very surprised we didn't see a penalty there, Andrew.
I'm just as surprised. And as you mentioned, the second leading point scorer for St. Rita, this would be a huge loss if they were to lose him for the rest of the game.
He's now to his knees. .11:23 left here in the second period. 18-7 shot advantage for the Carmel team as Kostelk slowly gets to his feet. We hope that he can return, such an important player for this Mustangs team. Kostelk on the season with 10 goals and 10 assists in CCHL play. And this is getting chippy, not just down there on the ice, but certainly up here in the stands as well.
It's game 3. We could expect nothing less. Emotions running high. You might see them boil over at times.
11:23 left here in the second period. We're going to get a neutral zone draw as Kostelk trying to gather himself over on the Mustangs bench. I don't know about you, Andrew. Certainly doesn't look like he's in a position where he's getting ready to come back in the game. We'll keep an eye as Andrew enables his best goalie impersonation as that puck came right up on us here in the broadcast booth.
Yes, I was ready for that puck, but
I was diving in front of Jimmy. Okay, got to protect Jimmy.
At all costs. You always got to protect Jimmy the Wiz. Nothing can ever get to him.
We'll get another neutral zone draw. Stensrud's going to win it for Carmel. Sienna, the goal scorer for St. Rita, sends that puck in and on Lloyd. And Knee takes out Stensrud. And we're going to have a penalty. That's going to go against St. Rita. And the Rita bench just can't believe it. After what happened to Kostelk, that gets called as a tripping. They certainly feel snake bit at this moment. Yeah, I don't know. I certainly don't see the intent there from 19 and Rita. I mean, if we're not going to call that penalty behind the play, but we're going to call that, that certainly doesn't seem very equitable.
You're right, Max. If you're on that, if you're part of the St. Rita faithful, you're wondering what could possibly else be going wrong here. You got one of your better players injured on a no call that should have been a call, and immediately right after, put Carmel on the power play.
Carmel Here's a chance. Backhanded pass. Menard falls on it. And if you're Rita, everything's going against you right now. You're still up 1-0. You feel like if you can focus in on this penalty kill this penalty with that feeling of everything going against you, can really generate momentum.
100% Max, and as for it goes the opposite way for Carmel when it feels like everything's going your way now. It can be very demoralizing if they cannot capitalize on this power play.
Face off cleared by St. Rita with 1:50 left here on the power play. Swiatkowski goes D-to-D with Gornick. Now Wren enters the zone, trying to force it out of the Mustangs, but Stensrud takes control near side half boards. Back to Swiatkowski. He goes wide to Gornick. Gornick's going to shoot, but a great block shot at the top of the circle by Joey Rodriguez. Puck comes loose. Backhand behind. Now Rodriguez tries to go hard off the boards, gloved by Gornick to keep it in. Rubin skates towards the top. Here's Gornick. One-timer, big save from Menard. 1:10 left here in the power play. And a much better look here from the Corsairs with the man advantage. Swiatkowski up top. One time from Rubin, and he whiffs.
Not the first time he's whiffed on a one-timer attempt too in this game for Rubin.
50 seconds left here on the power play. Able to get the puck in. Stensrud with some space on the near side boards. Gets it back up top to Gornick. Gornick below the circle. Now up top Stensrud. Stensrud looks, shoots. Saved by Menard. Another save by Menard. And steered out, trying to keep it in as Gornick as it hits a snow patch. Gornick on to Rubin, who lets it go below the boards. Trying to ring it around, but Stensrud uses the body to keep it in. Stensrud checked off the puck. Gets it to Rubin. Cross to Swiatkowski, top of the circle, trying to go across. Swiatkowski with Maher just whacks the puck down with 10 seconds left on the power play.
Definitely an under siege moment there for St. Rita.
Slow change for Rita. They were able to get away with it there. And that's the end of the power play. So again, Rita kills the power play, and we're going to get a penalty against Carmel. What a turn of events here over the last couple of minutes. St. Rita finally gets the power play they've been looking for over the last 10 minutes, where they thought they had a couple different opportunities, kill the penalty, and go right to the power play.
As you alluded to, if St. Rita could focus in earlier and really get through this rough patch, how much of a momentum builder it can be for them. And now that they got this power play, we can see if they can take advantage and really put a stranglehold on this Game 3.
So it was a lone Game 2 goal scorer for Carmel, and Kyler Gornick, who's going to go to the box, key defensive cog, and a really important part of their penalty kill as well.
Go ahead. Still no Joe Kostuk, though, still out for injury, not here on this power play.
8:50 left here in the second period. Carmel's able to clear off the initial face-off draw. Aiden Devlin back in his own zone, getting pressure. Joey Bedke now. Puck comes loose and controlled by Gentile. Here's Gentile. He's going to skate wide. And that's going to be offsides as Trent Sienna entered the zone too soon. So back to the neutral zone we come.
We're seeing a quick shift here from Carmel, looking to keep fresh legs out here for this penalty kill. I feel like the Carmel coaching staff also recognizing this is a really big moment for them with all the momentum on St. Rita's side right now.
No question. They've battled through some adversity, have the Mustangs here in the second period, now find themselves up a man. Comes to Rodriguez. Good entry here as Perry takes the puck for the St. Rita side. Tries to spin it around. Carmel able to clear. Perry can't handle the puck at the neutral zone, so with 1:15 left in the man advantage for St. Rita. Now a shorthanded opportunity here. Stensrud to Rubin. They're at the very least going to waste some time here. 61 in yellow. Going to try to hold that puck as long as possible. Now Rubin enters the zone. On to Stensrud, who goes around one man. Here's a shot from Stensrud and a save from Menard. Who's on the power play here as Rita can't get the puck. And another shot attempt from Stensrud, and Menard has to take a defensive zone draw here on the power play.
We see even with Stensrud and Rubin out there on the penalty kill, they still have the ability to control the entire pace of this game. And some big saves again from Menard shorthanded, or on the power play, my bad.
7:44 left in the second period. 23-8, the shot advantage now for Carmel. 51 remaining on the power play for St. Rita. Halfway through this second period. Again, not able to get the puck off the draw. Finally, Maher able to settle. Here's Nolan O'Malley, and Carmel really aggressive here on the penalty kill. And again, turned over. Here's Harubin. Harubin with some space to the slot. Shoots! Another save for Menard. Mike Menard continues what has been an outstanding performance in net for St. Rita.
These are some A-plus chances coming from Carmel, on shorthanded especially, and no rebound again given up by Menard with Harubin lurking, looking for
I
it.
think that just got caught in the jersey part of his armpit. Menard living life on the edge, but keeps it out and keeps Carmel scoreless. Kostelk back on the ice for St. Rita. Andrew, good sign for the Mustangs. Kostelk, centering pass, very nearly able to put it home. Carmel the other way, shorthanded. 13 seconds left with the man advantage. Here's Stensrud. Sprawling is Maher, and Stensrud follows up. A penalty is going to be called. Will it be a penalty shot? A slash is certainly the call, so the last 7 seconds of the man advantage for St. Rita has been eliminated. Maher was sprawling to try to take Stensrud out. He couldn't finish the play. Andrew, should that have been a penalty shot?
I would say 100% that should be a penalty shot. Stensrud had a clear path to the goal, and the only thing that disrupted him was the slash by the Mustangs. Kind of confused as to why we are not getting a penalty shot. Obviously, the Carmel faithful is looking for it. But again, we see just the ability shorthanded of Carmel to still dictate the pace of this game.
And here comes St. Rita right back 4-on-4. That's the end of their 4-on-4, and they're going to draw a power play. So we're going to have 4-on-4 for a minute 48. Holding going to be the call as Jake Jano does an outstanding job to draw that penalty and eliminate the Carmel power play opportunity.
Up and down we go. Again, we see a Carmel player. This time it was Nolan Harubin just careless with the puck. That led to that breakaway chance for St. Rita, where he had no choice but to hold to prevent that breakaway chance.
6:48 left in the second period, and special teams beginning to be the story here in the middle frame. Draw is going to be to the left of Lloyd, so an extended 4-on-4, a lot of room on the ice. You see Stensrud right back out there. Here's a shot fought off by Lloyd. Good shot from Ryan Mancini to challenge Lloyd. Lloyd hasn't faced a lot of adversity here in terms of difficulty on net, but kept a key one out there. Now rink wide pass, Gornick through the neutral zone. He's going to carry wide. Goes all the way below the goal line, around the net, looking to center the puck, deflects to Stensrud, but he can't get a shot off. And Mancini just makes sure it gets away from dangerous number 61 in yellow for Carmel. He's able to win it right back. Here's Bedke, and taking the puck off his stick. Recovering right back is Carmel and Linehan. Kempa below the goal line. He's going to try to get the puck to Gornick. Not exactly in his shooting wheelhouse. Here's Linehan, winds up. He's going to shoot. Saved by Menard. Still loose, high slot. Here's Stensrud, shoots just wide of the net. Another follow-up shot. Misses a net from Kempa and clears the zone. 30 seconds left, 4-on-4. And winning the puck here, forced off the puck, was Aiden Devlin. And the physicality right now, we're going to get another penalty here. It's going to go against, I believe, St. Rita. Trip is going to be the call. To Andrew, this game is out of control right now. Both teams, the officials as well, losing a little bit of composure here in the second period. It's going to be 4-on-3 here for 19 seconds.
We see, I believe, a huge factor. That's just the speed, the up and down ability of this game right now, the transitions. There is almost no board battles, puck battles, things like that, scrums, everything is just wide open right now. Lots of speed, lots of not exactly pretty plays, but plays that, you know, get guys open in space, and that speed is something that these players probably aren't that used to playing at this point right now.
So in 19 seconds, Luke Maher is going to come out of the box to make it 4-on-4 for a little while. Then we'll have another power play. We'll keep you updated. This face-off won by St. Rita. They're able to clear. Now Kempa with a head of steam skates up the right wing. Kempa, point-blank chance, kept out by Menard. And again, no, that's tossed up into the netting. Bad break there for St. Rita as Nolan O'Malley puts it up into the netting, so it'll be a defensive zone draw for Rita. We're 4-on-4.
Harubin scheduled to come out of the box in 10 seconds to put Carmel on the power play here. But would not be surprised again if there is another penalty called very quickly with the way that this game has been going.
And you would expect as soon as Harubin's penalty is over, he would join this play, especially with the play down here in the offensive zone. Carmel really going to push for a goal here as that's cleared out by St. Rita. That's the end of the power play, or I should say the end of the 4-on-4. Now to the power play is Carmel with 1:30, but immediately cleared by St. Rita. Maher shorthanded, nearly takes the puck off Lloyd's stick. Maher checks the man off the puck, winding up and dumping it again deep was Sienna. Gornick in the neutral zone, plays on to Dankelson. Dankelson has the puck taken off his stick by O'Malley. O'Malley gets up to Byrne. Byrne not able to clear it, kept in nicely by Swiatkowski right at the blue line. Swiatkowski plays on to Dankelson, calling for the puck is Mosley. He gets it. Top of the circle, Dankelson. Joey Rodriguez trying to take it off his stick. Still trying to center Swiatkowski, but Joey Rodriguez doing great work here on the penalty kill for St. Rita. Here's Dankelson, centering pass, couldn't get it to Eberhard, who had his stick tied up. Now Mosley, his shot deflect never got through, and Rodriguez is going to clear with 26 seconds left here on the man advantage, and having to take a whistle is Lloyd. Everything continues to come up Rita's way as they're going to get an offensive zone draw here with down a man.
Yes, and we saw that was the second power play unit from Carmel. They're still getting some really good chances on the St. Rita kill, but now we see with 22 seconds left, they got this #1 unit back out there.
26 saves so far for Menard, keeping Carmel off the scoreboard. Costello takes the face-off draw. Mentioned it earlier, but good to see him back on the ice for 11.
Let's go, Carmel!
10 seconds now remains on the man advantage. And a check at the center ice line by Mike Perry. That's going to waste the end of the man advantage, and back to full strength is St. Rita. 5-on-5 hockey with 3:17 left in the second. Pinned against the boards, trying to pry it free was Costello. Eventually, it's Wren, but it goes right to the stick. Now backhanded chance for Stensrud, couldn't put it on target.
I think Senrun was looking for a give and go back to Harubin there on the back door.
Wasn't able to complete it, and Stensrud right at the blue line, fires it deep, side of the net, erasing that is Bedke, and clearing. Now 2:41 to go here in the second. A 26-12 shot advantage for the Corsairs. Here's Harubin.
I think we're going to get an offsides call. Intentional all the way.
I didn't see St. Rita touch the puck, I'll be honest, Andrew. I thought it was on Harubin's stick the entire time there. So a break there for Carmel as they're going to get an offensive zone draw. Going to be Leaf for the draw for Carmel. They're able to win it. But we get a whistle. Oh, the referee was still having a conversation with Brian Coleman on the St. Rita bench as the puck was dropped.
We can see not even the officials are on the same page here.
Yeah, and Brian Coleman, I think, is furious about that intentional offsides call. That's what I think he was giving this referee some lip about, was that this offensive zone draw for Carmel shouldn't happen. But the Corsairs' advantage it does, and forcing it out of the zone is Brendan Harkins. Finally taking the puck is Gentile. He's checked as he tries to enter the zone. Now a stretch pass comes to Linehan. Linehan enters the zone. His shot knocked down by O'Malley. We've said Nolan O'Malley's name at least 20 or 30 times, and folks, he is playing an outstanding game defensively. And now O'Malley's really hurt. He can barely get to the bench. What a huge loss that would be for St. Rita. He's been outstanding defensively for the Mustangs.
As you said, Max, he's leaving it all out there tonight, blocking shots, very active stick, taking the body when needed. He's been everything that St. Rita has been about so far this game. If he is not able to return, that is a major, major loss, as he's also been matched up mostly with Stensrud and Harubin most of this game.
So 2 minutes exactly remain here in the second period. Another offensive zone draw for Carmel, won by St. Rita. Played off the boards by Mancini. Eventually Perry's going to chip it out. Now again, Kornick a little bit careless with the puck. Very nearly leads to a breakaway opportunity for Moyer. Kornick again gives the puck away. Here comes Perry. Kornick takes a whack at Perry. Surprised we didn't get a slashing there. Moyer below the circle tries to get it on net, but not able to. Here's Gornick. Gornick goes around a couple of Mustang defenders. Takes it all the way below the goal line. Sykes can't get it at the point. Escorted out by Jake Jana. Jana skates wide. Rita's going to get some fresh bodies on the ice. Point blank chance, not able to get on net. Follow-up shot just misses the net. Jana tries to pull the puck off the half boards and forced out. That's going to go the length of the ice for an icing with 48 seconds to go here in the second period. But we've seen it 3 or 4 times now with Carmel's Kyler Gornick a little bit careless with the puck, leading to chances for St. Rita.
100% Max, and we saw him rush the puck up there at the end and not return, and we saw the St. Rita player that came off the bench was there in the high slot for that rebound chance. No Carmel players back checking to take away some possible second chances for Rita.
Gornick and Nico Kempa, very active defensemen for this Carmel side, but you talk, when you have active defensemen, your forwards need to be on the same page, right? You talk about if your defenseman gets in the play, you got to replace. We're not seeing that from Carmel here tonight.
No, and not only that, we're not seeing the defensemen have any sort of urgency to get back as well, leaving lots of chances open for Rita.
Eberhard can't handle the puck at the blue line, taken out. 23 seconds to go here in the second. Menard, that's really his first shot on him in here in a couple of minutes. He's able to stop it here. Stensrud, side circle, tries to center it. Again, another block shot. Another thing St. Rita's done a really nice job here is, even though they've given up 27 shots on goal, they've also blocked a lot that have headed towards net.
It's that Game 3 atmosphere, selling out, doing whatever it takes.
After 2 periods, St. Rita still leads 1-0 in a game where Carmel continues to control possession, but you can't say enough about the job of 35 for St. Rita, Mike Menard, who's been otherworldly for the Mustangs here tonight.
It's been one of the best efforts I've seen from a high school player through 2 periods I've seen in probably my entire life.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to clean the ice. We're going to take a break right here on the CCHL Network and come back with third period elimination hockey on your home for CCHL Hockey YouTube Live. Welcome back live to third period action here from Glacier Ice Arena in Game 3 of this quarterfinal between Carmel and St. Rita. The story thus far has been Mike Menard in net for St. Rita, 26 of 26 on saves. Carmel's going to have to find a way to get one by him, and for more on how they'll do that in the third period, we're going to send it down to Andrew Rubin, standing by with Carmel head coach P.J. Eberhardt.
Thank you, Max. Coach, kind of a chaotic second period there, up and down multiple times. How do you look to settle your team down here for the third?
You know, when we're playing 5-on-5, I've liked our game today. We're putting the pucks on net. We're getting our chances. We just got to stick to what's, you just got to keep shooting. You can't save 100 shots. We just got to keep shooting.
As you pointed out, how do you look to get one past Menard here today? He seems very locked in.
Yeah, we just have to have traffic, crash the net for rebounds, and let it ride. Let it go.
Thank you very much, Coach. Max?
Let it ride. That's not the most Game 3 mentality I've ever heard P.J. Eberhardt. Very calm with his team, not frustrated at all, right? You can start to get a little bit frustrated with your team when you've gone 2 periods with an all-out assault on the net without having found a goal. You start to get a little bit frustrated, but not P.J. Eberhardt. He's very calm, cool, collected, knows if they just continue to put pucks on net, something's going to get by Menard. But if you're the St. Rita faithful, you tend to disagree. Mike Menard, who's just been one of the best goalie performances through 2 periods that I've seen in about 6 years of doing these high school hockey broadcasts. You see all of his teammates here to start the third period as well, going up to him and saying, keep it going. Mike Menard right now on pace for a really impressive performance, but an entire period, 17 minutes, Andrew, where he's got to keep his team in it. St. Rita hasn't had much offensively other than the 1 breakaway goal. He's going to have to continue to be outstanding, and I made the comment earlier, I didn't think 1 goal would win it, and that was back in the first period. We're through 2 periods, still only 1 goal.
Yep, and we see St. Rita's only had 6 shots in each period. It's really been Menard and that defensive effort from St. Rita that's been keeping them in this game.
The key here is you see Nolan O'Malley back on the ice for St. Rita. He left in considerable pain back in that second period. You made the comment of the ability he's had to shut down Stendrud and Harubin. I shouldn't say shut down. They've had their chances, but O'Malley's been really good defensively for St. Rita.
Yeah, we've brought his name up multiple times. Big-time player so far in this game. Going to need to continue that effort for St. Rita.
Well, O'Malley getting a little bit involved here offensively as he heads towards the offensive blue line. This puck goes up into the ceiling. And with 6:17 left in the third period, we're going to have a center ice draw.
Yeah, real quick, Max, something I really liked about my interview with Coach P.J. Eberhardt is how calm he seemed. That is very important for this Carmel team at this point in time to not start pressing.
So Andrew, it's funny you say that. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulty with our sideline headset, but it's exactly the comment I made as soon as your interview was open. There was no frustration in his voice. There was no anger. There was nothing. It was complete focus. It was like, we're going to keep going at the net, and something's going to go through.
100%, and that's exactly what you want to see from the leader of the team, to have that calming influence on the rest of his team. Hopefully the rest of his players will follow.
So a minute here into the second period, or third period, I should say. Carmel looking to get on the scoreboard. Skating wide is Wren. He has the puck deflected into the corner now. Leaf below the goal line. Rose waits for it, near side circle. It's the stick of Mancini, and dropping his glove on it is Menard. An offensive zone draw coming for Carmel.
Being down 1, we'll see how much playing time Coach Eberhardt gives that top line. Just needing a goal at this point. We all know that that's going to give their team the best chance to score here in the third.
No rest for the weary either. Carmel, after tonight's game, will play game 1 of their SHL playoffs tomorrow against the #1 team in the state in New Trier. So an intense game 3. They're going to follow it up with having to play the best in the state.
No off days. No off days for
Not this
this
time of year.
Corsair team.
Not this time of year. Rupp tries to keep it in. Instead, it's going to be a 2-on-1. Here comes Byrne. He's got Maher. He has the puck slide off his stick. You see, ice is still pretty wet out there, Andrew. You wonder if a little puddle kind of threw off Byrne as he tried to center that pass.
You have to imagine that that puck just slowed down. We've all had that feeling when you're skating, that puck just sticks.
And we're going to get a penalty here against Carmel. So St. Rita, off of an interference call against the Corsairs, is going to head to the power play. And you see Maher just calmly point Mosley to the penalty box.
We're starting to see some frustration being shown from this Carmel team.
Huge opportunity for St. Rita. We've talked about it. Carmel had the better of play, except for Mike Menard. But now Rita with an extra man. They can find a second goal here. The way Menard's playing, find it hard to believe that Carmel can find two to go by him in regulation.
Yes, and of taking a penalty 200 feet away from your own net.
Maher with a big slap shot as it takes a chunk out of Sienna on the way to net. Backdoor chance, big save from Lloyd. He falls on the puck, gets a whistle, and for Dylan Lloyd, he hasn't been asked to make a lot of really tough saves, but that might have been his best of the night.
We see that this has been starting to really become a goaltender showcase here with Lloyd. That's the first real test of the third period for both goalies, I would say, and Lloyd up to the task.
See Lloyd in the CCHL season, better than 90% of the shots on his net staying out of the goal. Two good options in net for Carmel between Lloyd and Hernandez. Lloyd getting the start here in game 3. Now here's a breakaway opportunity. Harubin can't handle the puck, or he would have been off to the races. Centering pass, but taken away by Brendan Harkins. And pops into the bench. We'll get a whistle.
Harubin and Stenrud just have such an ability to take over the game when they're on the ice. This is not the first time we've seen them control play despite being shorthanded.
They're constantly looking for those shorthanded opportunities on the season. Harubin has 3 shorthanded goals. Bryce Stenrud has 1 as well. So
no shortage of offense for them, even if they're shorthanded.
14:38 left here in the third period. 1:34 remaining on the St. Rita man advantage. O'Malley gets to Maher. So now O'Malley surveys. He's going to give to Maher up the near wing. Not quite able to get it to him in stride. O'Malley goes around Stenrud, carries the puck in. O'Malley still with the puck. Has it slide off his stick. Trying to backhand it towards the middle of the ice, but coming away with it is Gornick. Gornick going around a couple of Rita Mustangs. He's steered into the corner, centering pass, goes across the crease, but no one from Carmel can get a stick on it. Here's Maher. They're going to have a 2-on-1 if he hurries. Stenrud trying to get back in support. Shot from Maher into the glove of Lloyd. And an offensive zone draw to come with 53 to go on the power play.
We saw Gornick rush that puck up the ice, and despite being shorthanded, Carmel still had nobody cover for that defenseman, and that led to almost a full ice 2-on-1 for St. Rita.
The speed of Stenrud getting back could have been a much more dangerous opportunity for St. Rita. Face-off draw, Jake Jana tied up, eventually coming away with it as Perry gets it back to the point in Rodriguez. Now top of the circle, winds up, shoots, and Lloyd with the save.
Dylan Lloyd really up to the task so far to start this third period. We didn't think that this would be the type of start to the third period we would see with Carmel fighting for their lives. But all the action so far has been on this Carmel end.
Clean win for Rita on the power play. Here's a shot deflected, just getting enough of it was Lloyd to steer it aside. Another centering pass, has to use his stick to guide it to the far side half boards. Now against the boards is Devlin. He's trying to win a battle. Eventually pops loose, winding up, a shot knocked down in front. And we're going to get a whistle.
I think we're going to get a crease violation on St. Rita.
So I think that's a good call, Jake Jana. We're going to get a look at it here. I don't know. He's not in the crease. I think that might have been in contact initiated by Lloyd. I think he's outside of the crease there, Andrew. That's a break for Carmel.
Yeah, based on that replay, that's a big-time break for Carmel as Rita still had possession of the puck, too.
In the middle of the ice. Here's Leaf. Has Rose coming up the point. Menard, quick bobble, but calmly catches that like a first baseman. And a defensive zone draw coming for Rita on the power play.
With 17 seconds to go, obviously St. Rita really would have liked to score on this power play, but just not getting scored on this penalty kill, and we've seen Carmel have multiple chances shorthanded.
losing the puck as he tried to exit the zone. Carmel's going to be able to waste the rest of this advantage for the Mustangs. That's played by a high stick. And Rita's just going to be content to let as much clock go off as possible. If you're St. Rita, get away from the puck. Let the clock tick. You're up a goal. And you're going to get a offensive zone draw as soon as anyone gets a whistle.
Yeah, not exactly sure why the St. Rita players would kind of huddle around the puck there. Nothing good can come out of that situation.
12:59 left here in the third period. Just the lone breakaway goal from Trent Sienna in the first period is the only tally of the game. It's been a goaltender showcase. And certainly have to acknowledge Carmel probably missed one or two pretty open net opportunities back there in the first period. But second period, they had chances, but they were good saves, right? We saw, I think you mentioned, Andrew, between periods, yes, there were a couple of open nets, but it's not in the second period.
No, Menard was locked in that second period, not letting anything get by him.
Shot from Dankelson. Fires high. Was there a deflection? I believe there was, so it's going to stay down here in the Rita zone for an offensive zone draw for the Corsairs.
And yes, Menard has played an awesome game, but we also have to acknowledge Dylan Lloyd, who's stepping up numerous times when this Carmel team has needed him. You can't put any of the blame of this game on him.
Now Rita's getting their changes kicked off the ice. Brian Coleman is furious with the officiating crew. There's been several moments where he's really been giving it to him. Here's Monroe with the shot, knocked down by O'Malley. And boy, he's going to be bruised after this one. That was high off the chest of O'Malley. Locked against the boards. Eventually comes loose. Shot wide of the net. Dankelson, far side half boards, tries to get to it. Perry trying to force it out. Now Gornick able to pry it loose. Gornick winds up, shoots, deflected off net. And forced out. Monroe in the neutral zone has to play it. Eventually it's Mosley in support. He's going to toss it deep off the boards. Settling it is Mancini. Keeping it in as Wren. Here's a shot on Menard, and that's not getting by 35 in white for the Mustangs.
Max, you alluded to that block shot by O'Malley, and O'Malley's worn numerous shots from this Carmel team, but this whole St. Rita team has committed to blocking shots as well, and those are winning plays.
No question about that. 1-0 our score, 11:53 left here in the third period. It's Leaf and Joe Kostelk on the draw. Leaf wins it cleanly. Shot on net, blocked. Now trying to release. Breakaway opportunity is Jake Jana. Stopping, centering pass. And Swiatkowski steps in the way of that from his defensive spot. Rink wide. Here's a shot. No rebound. Give it up by Menard.
Good rush, good neutral zone action there from Carmel. Menard just up to the task again, leaving no rebound for any of the Carmel players.
.11:34 remaining. Draw to come to the left of Mike Menard. And it's a clean win by Rita, trying to go high off the glass. Instead it goes into the netting. And just a couple of seconds tick off. We'll have another zone draw.
Before that draw, I thought Carmel had been really dominating that faceoff dot to start this third period. But we see Maher was able to win that last one clean.
This one a little bit of a stalemate. Eventually, it's Harkins that comes away with it. Tries to get the puck onto Gentile. Just misses his stick. Now right in front of us here at center ice. Eventually coming loose to Rodriguez. Devlin fires the puck in around the boards. St. Rita trying to get some possession here in the Carmel end. Four bodies clamoring together in the corner, trying to pry the puck loose. Oh, a stick comes up high and whacks Gentile in the face. Comes free, but Harop there for Carmel. Now Kempa. Jack Wren with some speed on the right wing. Goes around one now. He's pulled down. That's going to be a penalty against St. Rita. A penalty that Gentile did not need to take. He panicked a little bit as the man got by him. I think he still had the angle. Instead, he just tried to drag him down. It's going to be a two-minute man advantage for Carmel.
Yes, we saw that left arm hook around. Probably not really necessary as he was able, if he just would have taken the better angle originally, would not have been needed.
Joey Rodriguez was coming over in support as well, so huge opportunity here for the Corsairs to tie the game. Face-off draw won by St. Rita. O'Malley tries to clear it up the far side boards, goes up into the netting, so we'll stay down here in the St. Rita end.
Not the first time we've seen St. Rita just put that puck out of play in their own, especially off of a face-off.
Another win here for Carmel. Wren gets it back to the point, and Swiatkowski, he drops it down below, gives Stensrud a chance behind the net. Stensrud to Harubin, cross-site Swiatkowski, now Gornick. Jockeying for position. Here's Harubin. Again, Swiatkowski, he looks. Far side. Here's a point-blank chance. Scores! Bryce Stensrud with the deflection ties the game with 10:10 to go. It's 1-1.
That might have been Jack Wren, but that puck was batted out of midair. No chance for Menard there. Just a great action from the Carmel power play.
You see that Swiatkowski gets it to the front. I can't tell if that was, you say it's Wren. Here's another good look at it. Yep, absolutely. That was Jack Wren. Good eye by you, Andrew. It's 1-1.
That power play proves to be huge dividends. We see if that can get the floodgates open for this Carmel team.
So after 30 saves, Mike Menard gives up the first goal of the game for St. Rita. Certainly not one that you'd blame on him. Really impressive play by the Corsairs. Now Rita has to find that second goal. Stretch pass off the boards, goes all the way to Evan Jensen. Centering pass, checking down to the ice was Jake Jana. Now the Mustangs with some space. Here's Devlin, his shot high and wide. Back at the point, Rodriguez, he shoots wide of the net. Swiatkowski let it go, so Harkins has a chance to get the puck. Danny Byrne now along the far side half boards, four bodies battling for the puck. Eventually coming out, coming to Maher. He's able to keep it in. Here's Rodriguez, winds up, shoots. He was looking for a deflection from Byrne, who was entering the slot.
Really high IQ with it. Play there from Rodriguez, knowing that a clear-sighted shot from there is going to do no harm.
And that puck cleared by Carmel, so that's going to be an icing. And with 8:58 left in the third period, an offensive zone draw for the Mustangs.
That's a really big shift from St. Rita after giving up the equalizer, coming back, putting immediate pressure back on Carmel, slowing down the momentum they built.
Trying to look here on the game sheet who ended up getting assists on the play. Jack Wren got the goal. Gornick and Harubin with the assists for Carmel on their first goal. Now entering the zone, Stensrud shoots, he scores! Bryce Stensrud buries a wrist shot, beats Menard for the second goal of the game. It's 2-1 Carmel.
Great two-man action. I'm not sure if that play was onside, if we can get a replay of it.
Oh, it was not. That is a great call, Andrew. Jimmy, if you could fire that up one more time. That wasn't particularly close. Andrew, you saw it in real time. And a huge break for Carmel. The linesman missed it to the advantage of Carmel.
After that first goal, though, of the net being off its moorings, you could say the hockey gods evening up the score.
That's a great point. Now checked off the puck was Mancini. 2-on-1 Carmel again. Stensrud coming down the slot. He's got his stick tied up. A nice play by Mark Hernandez. Here's Swiatkowski. Outside circle. Harubin. And now missing. Here's a chance. Comes Hernandez. He's got some space if he can catch up to the puck. He puts it in on Lloyd. Lloyd turns it aside. Puck rides the rails. Eventually Kostelk pulls it forward for St. Rita. St. Rita in a change. Not much support. Here's a shot from Maher and a great save from Lloyd.
The attention clearly has turned from Menard to Lloyd, as Lloyd now in position for the win, making more and more big saves for this Carmel team.
Hrubin got his second assist on the game in that Stengerud goal. Offensive zone draw here for St. Rita. And it's Maher v. Mosley. Maher wins this one. Here's a shot deflected out in front. Maher couldn't get it on net. Trying to keep it in at the point was Aiden Devlin. Instead, Carmel back the other way with some speed. Centering pass. And eliminated by the St. Rita defense. O'Malley misses Maher as he comes into the neutral zone. Now O'Malley skates forward. O'Malley, high slot, loses the puck. Rita's in a change. Carmel trying to catch him. Perry takes down Mosley as he enters the zone. Could have called a trip, a slash, a hook, any amount of things there. But we got nothing. 7:08 left here in the third period. O'Malley to take it for St. Rita. Now rink-wide pass. Comes Devlin. He tries to shuttle it up the boards, but stopped in its tracks by Gornick. Now you can see Carmel feels like they need to get more pucks on Menard. Once he gave up one, that second one went in. Andrea, as a player, you start to feel like I just need to start getting everything on him.
Yes, you can start to smell that blood in the water. And if you're Carmel, you don't want to change that much about your game plan. Play a little bit more conservative, but you still want to control the pace and the puck in this game and keeping it in that Rita end.
6:40 to go here in the third period. 32-19 shot advantage now for Carmel, and they have the lead after 2 goals over the space of about a minute and a half. That's my back of the napkin math to be exact. It was a minute and 30.
I could be wrong, but I believe St. Rita's actually out shooting Carmel in this third period so far to start, very ironically.
I think you are correct on that, Andrew. They've had their offensive opportunities. Lloyd has had to make a couple of huge saves. No, Sienna, far side half boards. He can't get to the puck. Good stick. As he back skated was Joey Bedke, not to give Carmel that chance in transition. Rodriguez winds up, puts a slap shot on Lloyd. Well, Carmel in a change. Rita trying to move quickly. Here's Kostelk. He can't get the puck onto Rodriguez.
He's got him for a breakaway.
Stretch pass. Here's Hrubin. All alone with Menard. Backhand. He scores! Nolan Hrubin on the breakaway makes it 3-1 to Carmel.
Great find there for Carmel. Hrubin back behind the defenseman all by himself with a very slick move to his backhand to beat Menard.
The stretch pass and a backhanded finish for Hrubin. And Menard can't keep that one out. It's 3-1 Carmel. Bryce Stengerud gets the assist on that, so his second point of the evening. For Hrubin, it's his third point. He's got a goal to go with 2 assists. Backhanded scores! Luke Maher comes right back and makes it a 1-goal game.
I've said it before, the shift right after a goal, so important for the rest of this game. Rita now puts themselves right back in contention, all the pressure again back on Carmel.
It was the shot of Kostelk that came really hot off the boards, right to the stick of Maher, and the backhanded finish. It's 3-2 with 5:36 to go.
Lloyd had no vision of that puck as we saw O'Malley screening him. Normally defenseman playing forward here.
And you started to get a sense that maybe St. Rita was losing their edge, and now this Mustang faithful is right back in the game. Throughout this third period, St. Rita's been closing that shot margin. It's now just 33-21. They were being more than doubly outshot at one point. But they've put a little bit more pressure on Lloyd here in the third period, and they've found at least one. Here's Stensrud. He skates wide. He's checked the entire way by Jana. Now a cross-ice pass. Nobody there to finish it. Here's Gornick's shot, knocked down by Jana. Rodriguez has Jensen. Back to the point, Gornick. He goes around one man. Gornick again. Dangerous play around the blue line. Opts to just get it deep.
Not exactly what you're looking for, up by 1 with 4 minutes left.
Well, looking for the stretch pass was Rodriguez. Couldn't get it. Instead, Jana at the center ice line gets it deep. Going to give Perry a chance to go battling behind with Andrew Monroe. Side of the net, still trying to gather himself as Perry, after a check, finally gets his skates. Stretch pass, misses the stick. That should be a wave of icing. It is. Comes to the corner. Jana up the near side boards. I think that was played by a high stick. Yep, that's going to be the call. So with 3:48 to go, we're going to have a face-off draw out here in the neutral zone.
At this point in time, it's just all about the heart that you're willing to play with. Here on Carmel, willing to do whatever it takes to not let Rita get any sort of chances. And if you're Rita, it's go time. It's time to start taking some chances.
Carmel wins this draw. They're going to put it in the corner. Sharp angle shot goes across the crease, but no one on the Corsair side could put it in. That deflection's going to keep the face-off in St. Rita's zone. And you see with this crucial draw here, Luke Maher jumps off the bench for St. Rita, sensing the importance of it. The Mustangs send out their best man. Carmel still able to win it. Eberhard chips it behind. Maher able to get it back. Stretch pass. Eberhard steps in front of it to keep it in the St. Rita zone. Now Mosley behind. Good touch pass. Maher there to step in front, not let it through. Here's Kostelk in transition. Tape to tape to O'Malley. O'Malley trying to go around one man. Gets kicked into the corner. Kostelk chases down the puck. O'Malley below the goal line. Again to Kostelk with 3 minutes to go. Centering pass, misses his man. Instead it comes to Mancini. Maher tries to center the puck to O'Malley. Now with a lot of space, he enters the zone. Here's Eberhardt. He loses it. Coming back 2-on-2. Here's Rodriguez. Staying onside. Shot from Rodriguez and swallowed by Lloyd.
As you mentioned, no rebound. We're going to keep an eye on Menard to see when St. Rita elects to pull him. But with that first line just being out there for St. Rita now, it's almost a recovery shift trying to get those guys back onto the ice.
Yeah, no question. Jake Jana, Trent Sienna, and Mike Perry getting a chance here. You would think if they can have a good shift here, get your first line back on the ice in about 40 seconds if you're St. Rita, and then look to try to get that extra man on the ice. Here's Sienna. He doesn't have numbers, so he'll just look to get it deep. He's turned as he enters the zone, but following the play is Jana. That shot deflects wide. Good knockdown there by Sienna. He shoots, but high and wide of the net. Kept in by Perry. Nearly taken away by Hrubin. He was looking to break out and look for a breakaway opportunity. 2 minutes to go here in the third.
You wonder if Carmel's going to change, play a little bit more conservative than their up and down style for these last 2 minutes.
And so with 1:56 to go, Brian Coleman's going to take his time out because he's going to have an offensive zone draw after that icing by Carmel. And Andrew, do you expect a sixth attacker here with the offensive zone draw, 1:56 to go?
If I was the coach, I would not pull the goalie immediately. I would wait until possession was made by my team before, because you can just have an easy face-off win, long shot, and that could really put a damper on this game. But I don't know if I really agree with this timeout. As we mentioned, the St. Rita first line was probably rested. You could almost throw them out here for a minute, and then after that minute, take a timeout. So then you can have them rested again for the end of the game. Just an interesting timeout call, in my opinion.
I think that's a fair point, Andrew, and we're going to see what they draw up. If you are St. Rita, if you are going to keep Menard out there, it's kind of like a get between the circles, get halfway to the bench. If we win the draw, I would assume he sprints for the bench.
Yes, and I assume Carmel probably is not going to be in the most aggressive type of defense. As we've seen it throughout the game, they aren't exactly extremely aggressive in their own zone. If Rita wins the faceoff, they should be able to possess the puck long enough to get that sixth guy in.
So drawing up a play is St. Rita head coach Brian Coleman, his entire team surrounding him. St. Rita fought so hard in game 2 to force this game 3. Right, Menard with such an impressive 2 periods, has conceded a few goals here in the third, but his team helping him out, coming right back.
We also saw Harubin and Stensrud's line was out there to end that last shift. This timeout allows them to be rested for them to match St. Rita's line this shift as well.
So top line coming out for St. Rita, Luke Maher, Kostelk, won by Carmel. Now Kostelk point blank. Menard looking at his bench. He's still halfway to the bench. Comes loose to Kostelk, side of the net. Centering pass gets deflected. Menard still looking at his bench. Now puck loose right in front of the net. Stuff attempt still loose. Finally, Menard heads to his bench. 6th attacker on the ice for St. Rita. And that's going to be a cross check against Kostelk. And that, my friends, is going to make it incredibly difficult for St. Rita here for the last minute 30.
That's a big time call. Really tough in the last 2 minutes of the game to make that call, but it was a penalty. It probably was a cross check from behind. Just a really tough call to go against St. Rita at this point in time.
So they're going to spend the last minute 30 of regulation on the kill. Kostelk is furious in the box. Menard has to head back to his net. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for Carmel. And the task becomes that much harder for St. Rita. They're going to be able to at least force the puck out, and Carmel, Gornick's just going to fire it back into the St. Rita zone. They got to find a way to find some possession. Coleman puts his hand up to Menard. Doesn't want him to come yet, as you see Carmel able to win the puck pretty quickly. Now rink wide, there goes Menard. 5 attackers now for St. Rita as they've got a man in the box. Trying to join the play, they're going to reverse flow. Maher's going to be able to keep it in at the point. He fires it towards net, that's steered aside by Gornick. Rodriguez trying to beat Gornick to it, he can't. Gornick fires it towards net. He's going to fire it again towards net, but it's deflected. 48 seconds to go. Trent Sienna in the corner. Gets it across to O'Malley, who's just going to fire it deep, and he can do that because they don't have
no icing.
Exactly. Smart play there by O'Malley just to flip ends of the ice. Trying to pry the puck loose. They're able to, but can't get it out. Here's Stensrud with space. He's looking at an open net. Bryce Stensrud shoots. He scores! With 25 seconds to go, Carmel gets the 4th goal of the game and likely the icing on the cake.
That's the nail in the coffin you would have to expect, sparring something spectacular. All around great efforts, though, from the Carmel players. We saw Gornick block a shot and will that puck all the way deep to the St. Rita zone, and we just saw Stensrud right there basically go end to end to put the nail in the coffin for this game and advance Carmel to the next round.
Stensrud gets his 2nd goal, 3rd point of the evening. And with 25 seconds to go, that does eliminate the power play, but 2 goals in 25 seconds. Nearly impossible task right off the draw. Perry tried to head towards the Carmel net. Wasn't able to get control. Good back check by Perry to pry the puck loose. Stensrud sprawling to occupy some time. Now 15 seconds. Here's Mancini. So Carmel Catholic is going to advance in the CCHL playoffs. They're going to meet St. Ignatius in a semifinal matchup and a 4-2 win for Carmel. Rubin heading down to ice level. He's hoping to get some thoughts from an incredible performance from Carmel. Really gutty, 4 goals in the third period. They were completely denied by Mike Menard in the first 2 periods. But eventually, all the pressure from the Carmel Catholic Corsairs eventually burst the dam, and they were able to get 4 goals and advance to the next round of the playoffs. Our next CCHL Game of the Week playoff edition is going to be Tuesday evening. It'll be Game 2 between Bennett and Fenwick of the semifinals. Game 1 of that series happening as we speak. Puck drop at 4:30 over at Seven Bridges. The winner of that game with a chance to advance to the final on the Game of the Week Tuesday night. We'll be live from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville for that one, along with the CCHL Network crew. Playoff hockey all season long here over the next couple of weeks. We're going to bring you as many games as we possibly can. We plan to bring you every game of the CCHL Kennedy Cup Finals. Normally that's a neutral site affair. For this year, it's going to be at the respective home rinks. Teams still shaking hands, chatting as they go off the ice. You see quite a few of the Carmel Corsairs going up to Mike Menard, giving him a tap on the pads. What an effort he had to keep his team. We're going to send it down to Andrew Rubin. He's standing by with Nolan Harubin for some post-game thoughts. Andrew.
Yep, thank you, Max. I'm here with Nolan. Nolan, going into that third period, being down 1-0, seeming like nothing can get past Menard. What was your guys' talk in the locker room that allowed you guys to put up 4 in this third period?
It was just keep doing what we're doing. We're getting a lot of shots. This goalie played really solid. As you know, he's an all-star, so we just get pucks deep, get shots at net, crash the net, and yeah.
Being in both the CCHL and SHL playoffs, how do you guys look to focus your attention in the future?
We're all in on everything. We don't just play one league just for nothing. We're all in on both leagues. State playoffs coming up. We're going for it all.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, no rest for the weary. We talked about it earlier. They're going to be right back at it tomorrow against New Trier, and I believe it's an 11 a.m. puck drop. So we're going to have to rest up quickly and head to quarterfinal action over in the SHL. But for tonight, that will do it from Glacier Ice Arena. A phenomenal Game 3 we had here in Vernon Hills between Carmel and St. Rita, but couldn't do it without our fantastic crew, Vivian Hernandez, all the great camera shots, of course, Jimmy the Wiz Olsen, the great technical director, all the replays, the graphics, all the great sights and sounds here from Glacier Ice Arena. To my left all game long was Andrew Rubin. I am Max Anderson. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon, and tune in Tuesday night for Game 2 of the semifinals between Bennett and Fenwick. Until then, we bid you good day. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday.